Hi. So, as I told you yesterday, today I have day off at school. I'm trying to catch up with my work for Almine. Things are very hectic on my end, and those moments, those windows of opportunity just to sit and talk with you are very rare and very precious to me, and I cherish them a lot. So, finally, I can relax and we can talk. So, first of all, I want to tell you something very important. You're always under Team Almin Russia's care and assistance. It's great for us to know that in order to receive high intensity and high efficiency spiritual assistance, now we don't have to purchase air tickets, book accommodation, and gather together physically at a certain location in order to receive spiritual teachings and our self empowerment. Almin taught us the truth about our non local existence beyond space and time, and we are indeed everywhere on Earth, on every continent, and we don't have to travel. We can stay in the comfort of our homes and participate in this bread of life. And every time we enter this Almin Telegram group, we enter the Holy of Holies. We can feel a special presence of the divine here, a special atmosphere. Because whenever we enter here, we are entering the alchemical cauldron where the highest alchemy operates literally 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We all understand that many of us are limited by time and we all have different levels of our participation. So many of us share their videos and their art. We are infinitely grateful. Some of us are clearly spiritual teachers and healers. You share your spiritual wisdom, your unique experiences with Almin's work. You are clearly experts, and we see how connections are being established between those who help and those who need assistance. I'm sure that some of you found strategic connections here. Some of you got healed or received some tremendous breakthroughs just by entering here. So we received some emails like that. We are so happy. And being in the group, either as just an observer or active participant, it doesn't really matter. Whenever you enter here, you're surrounded by the divine love. Always tell us if you need assistance. We have our beloved experts here with us who will be happy to assist. We thank you so much for your songs, for your instrumental performances. We ask you for more, please. Please share with us more of your art. Almin says that it's the language of the soul. And we are here to demonstrate the most powerful way of living, soul infused wholesomeness. If you feel inspired by any of Almin's quotes or excerpts from her work, please share it with others and tell us more about how it changed your life. You can share excerpts. We can't share entire works, books, courses, but excerpts are okay. Currently, we experience an incredible wave of healings and miracles throughout our entire global light family, and it was tremendously enhanced by just recent last Sunday's original ones event. By our powerful collective alchemy, oh, please inspire us. Share with us your miracles. Share with us your healings. You'll strengthen the faith of your fellow travelers on this most sacred path and open their hearts for receiving their own miracle. Some of us are about to receive it, but there are some doubts on the way, and your success story will uplift and support their readiness to receive. Our Russian office just a couple of days ago had a text exchange with Almin. This is how we communicate mostly with Almine, primarily by texts. And she reminded us, and she also asked us to share it with our light family about being open and receptive to our infinite selves, as well as to one another. When we still our minds and emotions, our hearts are opening, and then we can truly listen to infinite intent, and also we can have true friendship with each other, heart to heart connection. Our team Almin Russia assists you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The sacred fire keeps burning on the holy altar at Team Almin Russia's office in Russia. Our team member Lyubov, who is in Russia, who keeps the holy altar. She currently lives 50 kilometers away from Russia-Ukraine front line. She keeps her prayer vigilance in the midst of sounds of bombings and missile explosions. And she's kept and protected by the infinite. Wherever and whenever we do our sacred work, in whatever circumstances we are always safe and secure and protected, no matter what. We opened our spaces for communications with you, but your text messages to us are so many that I understand that some of you are waiting for days. We will see what we can do here to be more effective. We see your unanswered letters, but we can't answer you in haste. We must give full undivided attention to your requests, and we are currently work with you on first come, first served basis, and requests are many. So we deeply apologize if your text or voice or video message is still unanswered. You will not be left out. We will take care of you as soon as possible. And as we originally said, friendship will always remain for free. Only there is a line of questions, or queue, like in British English, queue, a line, a long line of questions, and there's a waiting period. It will stay open and for free. Brief questions and brief answers via text or voice messages. Brief healings. It can take just a few seconds of focused intent to create a miracle and to heal. Our teams, every second is literally busy with taking care of you. Even if our responses are being delayed for obvious reasons, we've already started working with you from the moment of receiving your text. And often you will receive your healing or solution even before us texting you back. Just want to let you know that even if you have to wait, we already work with you and you receive your support. Much of this happens during our dream time. Expect your breakthrough tonight. And also, you will keep being supported with webinars and sound alchemy. And now, with our latest musical ceremony, we experience our long awaited great transition into new reality of fluid time and space. On practical level, it means that the physical world is now more sensitive and responsive to our intents as it becomes more fluid and cooperative. Even though we may stay with our familiar circumstances and reality may seem the same as it has always been, you will see it as more responsive and more willing to support you and more willing to cooperate with you. And everything that is needed to engage it is just slight but focused, undivided intent. We know exactly what has to be done, and your outer space gives you a definite response to your definite intent. But it has to be clearly stated. If it's something vague or unspecified, the same response will be from our outer space, vague and unspecified. We find that for some reason, some people choose a weak position and produce weak results, and even opposition, because the world tends to oppose those who are not clear about their life. And when opposition comes, then they try to resist it with all their energy, and they lose their life force in fighting with opposition. And as a result, they get weak and sick. Because if we lose our life force, there is nothing left to support our health and well being. And this constant battle with opposition and loss of energy may seem like a vicious cycle. The best thing that we can do in this situation is to stop this movement in circles in this vicious cycle. How do we do that? During Almine's work in Moscow, she taught us a simple but very powerful technique to sit completely still for some time, for about an hour, with no bodily movement. This is one of the most powerful inner technologies. Stealing physical body steals our minds, steals our emotions. This is our direct way to stop inner dialogue. You can try it. You can start for at least 15 minutes and then gradually increase it to 30 minutes, then 40 minutes, then to 1 hour, etc. Uncontrolled thoughts eat up our energy. This is why we want to avoid them. We need energy to be able to perceive our highest truth. Create for yourself those stillness pit stops, as many of them as possible during the day and during your everyday activities. And whenever you do your job or busy with something, always keep mental focus on current tasks. Almin says that we don't need special time for meditation. We can use whatever we are busy with as a powerful spiritual practice. Because the more you exercise your undivided focus, the more power you make available for yourself. And the more power you have, the clearer your perception is. And you're always aware of infinite intent, which is your highest truth. Now you're in a different kind of cycle. You're spiraling upwards in consciousness. And as a side effect, the same happens with all areas of your life. It doesn't mean that there will be no one opposing you, criticizing you, or even hating you. Some of us assume that if we are original ones, then we should live in some sort of a cocoon of self isolation. And only loving, caring, and like minded people are around. It is absolutely impossible. We live in real life with real people expressing different levels of consciousness, and we'll get all kinds of different treatments and reactions. And they are really our best assistants in building the power of our mastery. It's easy to be a master sitting on an armchair or lying on a beach under warm sun and philosophizing. First of all, if we are not busy and not giving our valuable contribution into life, we are losing our energy. Some of our light family who meditated all days long, trying to live in a trance all the time, found that their lives became no different than the life of a drug addict. Addictions to drugs and alcohol is a different story. It controls a person's assemblage point, which must be under control of a master. But in a state of alcohol or recreational drugs intoxication is impossible to control. You can't move your assemblage point by the power of your will in those states. And it's out of control, as if moving by itself. It goes to the left and downwards, according to Almine, to the level of underworlds, which is literally equal to being under demonic influence. That's why Almine warns us that we have to be careful about trying to mix her work with alcohol and drugs. It's direct path to self-destruction. And long meditations and expansions and trances are no different than drug addiction. There was a period in my life when I was influenced by some spiritual teachings that encouraged us to do long meditations. Almin is absolutely right. It was truly a direct path to energy loss. I felt that. After those long meditation period, I felt, such a powerless. And we generate a lot of life force when we are busy with productive work. And when I just started working with Almin in Russia, I was still partially under that influence. And I liked experiencing trance like meditations. We were about to fly from Moscow to Siberia. It was a long flight. I imagined myself to spend it in meditation. But Almin gave me a job assignment, some complex planning and calculations for Russian office, and I had to accomplish it before landing. And I barely made it before landing. Alas, my plans to meditate terribly failed, but I was full of joy and gratitude to Almin for observing me and stepping in right in time. And similar situations actually happened many other times and on many similar occasions. Almin found a way to masterfully lead me out of this meditation stupor. And since that time, I have no longer been addicted to trance and to bliss. Silence, yes. Trance meditation, no. And difference between those two are vast. Is vast, I meant to say. Sorry for my grammar. English is my second language. So the difference between silence and trance meditation is vast. In silence, like when we still our body, our emotions, our mind, we are acutely self aware. We remain acutely self aware. In trance, we lose touch with ourselves and with reality, like someone who is drunk. There are some deep meditators, their houses are falling apart, roofs are leaking, their lives are in shambles, but they're in such a trance that they're not aware of all of that. They see visions of some la la lands in different dimensions, and they don't care when uh, their houses are about to crumble and their lives are really in danger. What may happen any time if they will not take care of their houses right now? Situation is already more than beyond the urgent. So Almin's work is not being mixed with unconscious trances, alcohol, and drugs that bring a person directly into demonic realms. All of this may be accompanied by a sense of bliss and love and happiness. So they're sitting in bliss and love and peace and joy and happiness, but try to communicate with them just to find that they're unable to talk and they're unable to understand your words. Unfortunately, they're no longer here on earth, even if their bodies still show some signs of spirit physical activities, but it's more than chicken with their heads cut off, but their bodies are still running around for some time. If any of you are still sometimes experiencing uncontrollable trances and mental blackouts, just know that our team stands by you and supports you, and be sure that you'll be fine and your functionality is being restored to full capacity. The greatest spiritual work that we can do, we do it in a state of full conscious self awareness, being acutely self aware, being acutely self focused, and always generating fresh life force to feed your consciousness and enhance your perception. And your enhanced perception brings you more power, that enhances your perception even more, and it brings you even more power, and it's unending process. This is your ongoing spiraling up to new heights of your evolutionary adventure. We promise you to adjust our schedule to the increase of volume of your inquiries and requests, and as we said, friendship will always remain for free. Brief question, brief answer. A brief but powerfully focused interaction can bring you a desired solution within seconds. If your situation needs more in depth work, we offer email consultation for $50 or live consultation for $150 or a package consultation and personal sound elixir for $200 or starting from the 1st of June, we'll start offering mega packages $5,000 for 1 calendar year, unlimited amount of private consultation, messaging, phone consultation, and personal sound elixirs if your situation really needs such a heavy duty interaction. Not all situations are like that, but sometimes we need to really pull someone out of the deepest underworlds. If someone's soul is on the verge of total individualization loss, or you desperately want a fast lane learning to achieve some spiritual or personal goals, and we both know that we are ready for such a level of interaction, then we will know it by the 1st of June, and then we'll go for it. We'll share more details about this program by the end of May. The bottom line is that no one is left out. We are not a business, we're a mystery school, school of the gods. Money is not and will never be a matter of the highest priority here. Even though we consciously participate in natural exchange of resources, but our primary, heartfelt goal is your personal evolution, your spiritual progress, your healings, your successes, and your personal breakthroughs. And we keep working on new sound elixirs for you. It's great that we can enjoy our own music. And music not only top level quality of sound, but the most importantly, it's imbued with the highest and the most refined alchemical properties. And you can listen to it while driving because it will not put you into a trance. It doesn't contain uh, binaural beats. I'm not sure if I pronounced it correctly, or any sort of, how you call it, subliminal messages that would put you into trance. No, our music is absolutely pure. It contains pure frequencies of the infinite. And it will not impair your driving. On the contrary, it will enhance and empower you in everything that you do. It will keep you spiritually and mentally acutely aware and alert at the peak of your productivity. And it will continue to fill your life and lives of your loved ones through you with prosperity and abundance. We're planning a summer global blessing, healing, and abundance meditation, possibly in June. It will also be free of charge. We will keep you updated. Talk to you soon.